Indianapolis next Sunday on NBC.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's right. It is 2 weeks. That's right.
Yep. Sunday off.
Right. That's right. Those cars are in St. Louis next week. Then we're in Indianapolis. See, I'm already anxious to get there. A couple more cars have made pit stops. Among them, Casey Kane. Kevin Harvick runs second. We check in with Matt.
Bill, 3 years ago next month, Kevin Harvick also kissed the bricks at Indy, the biggest win of his career. He's running so well today, currently in the second position. Had a great test at the Brickyard. This team cannot wait for that Brickyard 400 to come up on the schedule in 2 weeks. Almost hating that we've got an off week. Some guys, it hurts their rhythm. These guys, they haven't really skipped a beat. The guys on the wall waiting for when Todd Berrier calls him to pit road, possibly 2 tires and just fuel.
And one thing about next weekend, it's the last scheduled off weekend of the season. And that's when the pressure and all the work really kicks in.
Boy, Kurt Busch's car just will not turn off the second corner.
All that enthusiasm he had, it's not helping him go anywhere.
There's Burton back there right now in 8th spot.
I think Tony Stewart's been able to get back by the 31.
Yeah. Alan, you watching, Jeff?
Yeah, listening to him on his team radio, Bill. The brake pedal is fading on this 31 car. Jeff has slipped back a couple of spots. His crew chief Scott Miller has told him to take care of it. We've got to get through to the end. Of course, Jeff is in 3rd place in the championship starting this day.
Here comes that 29 car.
Kevin Harvick on pit road. Headed for you, Matt.
33 laps to go, Bill, and they waited till they got to this juncture so that way they would be good in case a green-white checkered popped up at the end of this event. Now, as he makes his way to his pit stall, they will go fuel only on the 29. Kevin Harvick in the car waiting for them to signal they've got enough. They do, and he's away.
So these guys rolling the dice, huh?
Well, I mean, why not?
Exactly.
Like he said, you're not going to beat Hamlin on the racetrack right now as far as just speed goes.
Well, there's Denny Hamlin. He's out front. Guys behind him going to try strategy to unseat the reigning king of Pocono. We'll see what happens when we continue on TNT. NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing from Pocono Raceway on TNT, brought to you by Best Buy. Thousands of possibilities. Get yours. By Wendy's all-white meat crispy chicken sandwich. Do Wendy's. Do what tastes right. And by Ford, driving American innovation. Mark Martin on pit road, Marty.
Yeah, Bill, we can add a few more to the list of guys that are doing the short pit strategy. Mark Martin, among the first to take 2 tires, came down pit road. His car was just a little bit too loose. Half pound on the right rear tire. Jamie McMurray, his teammate, also leaving pit road. 2 fresh tires for him as well. Both top 10 cars today. Both one of the first to take 2 tires on this short pit strategy. We'll see if that helps out.
You're shaking your head, BP.
I mean, he doesn't have any choice but to pit.
Yeah.
Does he, Wally? I mean, if the caution flag comes out, he's going to restart about 15.
But if he pits, these other guys, they're going to try something else. The guys that haven't stopped yet.
Yeah, that's what we talked about earlier. When you're in the lead, you're a sitting duck either way.
Alan, jump in here.
That goes back to what I talked about earlier. The guy with the dominant car gets put in a no-win. He had to stay out and try and run this thing out for the length of the fuel run. If the caution comes out, he is going to get trapped back in line. But if the race goes green to the finish, he's going to be way out in front of all these other guys like he is now. So that's the only thing they've got left to play. In fact, they just started asking Denny, what do you think about 2 tires here?
I was going to say, maybe you don't wait till the end of the fuel run. Maybe you wait 10 laps before the end of the fuel run and then throw it back on them.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Here he comes. Does he get? No, I guess he's not. But I think he's got to pit fairly soon, because if this caution comes out, he's going to be in bad shape.
Everybody's expecting him to go the fuel run.
Yeah.
And like I'm saying, well, let's, throw the dice and change it around a little bit. Come a little bit earlier.
Alan?
And Bill, his crew chief Mike Ford just told Denny, let's run 2 more laps, then you can look for him to pit.
I think that's the right thing to do.
So do I, Wally. I just think he's got to get in because his car's fast enough that he's going to be in front of all these cars that are pitting. And yes, and the cars behind him, they've got to pit.
Right.
Okay, they might have 4 fresh tires, but if he has 2, they can't beat him, I don't think.
You guys just agreed on race strategy? Now I know it's not the right thing to do.
I think we did.
So we'll see if Hamlin comes in and what the guys that haven't pitted do. Denny Hamlin, the race leader, by 4.1 seconds over Kurt Busch. You're watching NASCAR on TNT. Back live at Pocono, Denny Hamlin was waving coming out of turn 1 that he's pitting this time. Doesn't want to get run over as he heads for pit road. 26 laps to go. He's the race leader. He's led 131 of 174 laps.
Now, don't get caught speeding.
Yeah.
Slow down. Now, boy.
He's got a long way to go on that pit road.
55 miles per hour. I know, and Jeff Gordon is right behind him. All the cars now, they realize they've all got to pit now because he's put them in the box.
That's right. He forced their hands by doing this.
Dave?
2 tires on the 24 car, right sides only. Put fuel in the car to get to the end. Alan.
Just going to be right side tires and a minor wedge adjustment in the left rear that's already done for Denny Hamlin. They've topped the car off with fuel. We'll see how it works out. Dave?
2 tires for Tony Stewart. Now they're going to go 4. Wanted to get 4 fresh ones on Tony's 20 car. Put fuel in that car also. Alan, back to you.
Look for Jimmy Johnson to make a 4-tire stop. You see them on the left side of his car already. Jeff Burton just took rights only in front of him.
Well, Chad Knaus did the opposite of what the leader did. Right. He changed 2, so okay, I'm going to change 4. But here comes a 10 car, another car in front of 48.
But if the yellow does come out and all these guys have pitted, then some of these guys like Stewart and Johnson have 4 tires. And that could make the difference if they restart towards the end of the race.
Vickers headed for Marty.
And Billy's waiting on Denny Hamlin to make his pit stop. When they finally did, they said, come next time. It's going to be 2 right side tires for Brian Vickers. He said his car was very good on that run. They made no changes to the chassis. Man, that was a quick stop for the 25 bunch. The front tire changer barely made it across before Brian took off.
I noticed that, Marty. He almost ran over that front tire changer.
Well, you aim for him, actually. It just helps you get out of the box quicker.
A motivation?
It's motivation.
Makes him go a little faster, too, doesn't it?
Keeps them on their toes.
Kurt Busch is the race leader. What's he going to do?
He better pit because the caution comes in now. He'll restart 25th.
25 cars on the lead lap.
Pit this time. Pit. 2 tires. 1 pound in the right rear, ½ pound in the right front.
So look for Kurt Busch to come to pit road.
Wait on the fuel. Do not wait on the fuel.
So when they drop the jack, go. Blaney has been on and off of pit road.
46.
Here he comes.
Former series champion heads for pit road.
4,600.
It's the RPMs.
4,600. 4,600.
AB?
Well, you've been hearing the strategy played out on the team's radio. So let's see just how smoothly this stop goes and where he comes out of the track in relation to Denny Hamlin. They count Kurt into his pit stall. He smokes the right side tires, stepping on the brakes to get all the speed he can into the pit stall. They change the right side tires, drop the jack. As long as the left front tire changer gets out of the way, he's good to go.
It's a dangerous job down there, isn't it, Alan?
Oh, man, these guys earn their money, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Well, that pretty much sorts out the front runners.
And it should cycle around to where Denny Hamlin will continue to lead. Right now, he's about 4 seconds ahead of Jeff Gordon. Hamlin runs in the 6th spot. Bobby Labonte is scored as the race leader.
Well, these guys haven't stopped yet, so they've got to stop before the end of the race.
Kurt Busch, Bobby Labonte, Ken Schrader, J.J. Yaley, Joe Nemechek were hanging out. Busch has already been on pit road.
Make sure you got to pick up the left side now, okay?
Scott Wimmer has a flat left front tire.
Looks like he's going to make it safely back to pit road.
And that's the tire fault.
Oh, now we won't. That's going to bring out a caution. And it is. The caution flag is in the air at Pocono. Now we're going to see what strategy plays out. How would you like to be Jimmy Johnson or Tony Stewart now with 4 fresh tires?
That was a good call. That was the right move. They gambled.
Caution out at Pocono. 20 action-packed laps are left. We'll be right back.